everyone, and welcome to Latinx Now. As always, we have a very, very special guest, and we couldn't be more proud to welcome Snow, the product in the house. Latinx Now. We're super fans of yours, and I know that your career has gone to ups and downs, but you have been through managers and industries and all those things, but now you've created your own label, and also you're really going far with your rapping and your music. Tell us a little more about your career.
Yeah, like you said, I've done a lot of, like, you know, being part of a major label or management or whatever. I'm really happy to be independent right now and to kind of be doing everything on my own terms. You know, sometimes when you're misunderstood or when you're a woman in this industry, you know, a lot of times people like to point the finger and be like, oh, well, that didn't work out because of you. And then when you take, you know, the bull by the horns and you're like, actually, now it's working out better with that I'm by myself. So maybe it was you that was the problem, you know?
What made you really, like, kind of pinpoint of, like, nah, it's not me, it's you? Like, what made you finally, like, decide to leave? Because there's, I believe, a lot of people right now that's still stuck in that situation. But what really made you say, like, you know what? F that. I need to do this on my own.
I think just how many times I got, like, I kind of got looked at as if I was the one that kind of didn't understand how my career was. And I have a very close relationship with my fan base. So, like, it seemed like my shows were doing well, my, you know, my performances, my, you know, my connection with the fans was good. It's just that I think some of the industry stuff doesn't connect. I'm, you know, I'm kind of like introverted and like kind of shy or whatever. So I just was like, okay, maybe I'll just focus on like my fans and like my music and that's it. And then everything else will kind of like flourish. And I think we're in a good place.
I love that because that is so natural. And when you actually do things that you love and with love, I think you can really notice. And you and I have a lot in common because you are from Mexico. I am from Mexico. Your parents are Mexican. How do you represent your heritage and your culture into your songs and what you do every day?
I mean, I think it's just in me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really proud, I'm really happy. My dad always, like, instilled in me to be proud Mexican, like, you know, like, not to, obviously, in this country, for a long time, like, you know, Mexican immigrants have been looked down on, or, you know, Central Americans, or, like, you know, we all kind of have been looked at a certain way and has made us sometimes maybe, like, question, you know, like, are we cool? Like, why do they treat us like that?
Cool.
And exactly, so my dad was the one that was really like, you better go out there and, like, we're cool, and, like, just showed me a lot of history, and, like, it taught me to be so proud of my roots. So, like, now it's just flowing, you know? Like, cuando digo, like, soy la mexicana con tremendo flow, like, it's like, yo, like, this is it. Like, this is what we are, you know? So.
And I have to give you props to that because, you know, I may not be Mexican, but I am Central American. What I am is American Latina or Latinx.
Yeah.
And I really love that we have representation, not only in the music, too, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's like, where do I fit? I shouldn't just be rapping just in English, or I shouldn't just rapping in Spanish, but you do both worlds, and that's really cool, so I have to give you props for that.
Thank you.
You know, somebody that's also been giving you props is Thalia.
Oh, yeah.
Thalia saw a video of you and was like, yo, who is this girl? This girl's super talented. How did that feel, having a mega star like Thalia compliment you and talk about how you are so good?
It was crazy. I jumped in the pool, like, with my clothes on. Like, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do right now. I mean, lucky for me, I threw my phone before I did it, because I was really, like,
it's waterproof now, you're straight.
Like, I could have really ended up bad. But no, I grew up, obviously, all of us grew up watching the novelas, and, you know, she's such an icon. And, like, literally, like, my girlfriend's Puerto Rican, she doesn't speak Spanish, but, like, I just, like, a month ago was showing her Thalia, like, in the novelas, and, like, how badass she is, you know? So I was just, like, it was just like one of those moments where, like, did it just manifest? Like, how did this just happen? So to me, I'm still in shock. I think it's amazing. I can't even believe that happened. But it was really good that my mom is in town. So, like, I got to show her, and my mom got to be proud of me. And, like, you know, what would I be doing it for if it wasn't for, like, just to show my mom, you know?
And would you collab with her? I saw you were posted on your stories. After that, what happened? Did you guys, like, DM, or did you get in contact?
I think something might be there. I mean, she followed me, so like, I feel like mad famous right now. So I don't know, you know, I think it'll be cool. Some, like, Amor a la Mexicana vibes would be really amazing.
Oh my God.
Imagine some say like Mari be like Snow product.
or an Amor a la Mexicana, but with a rap version. Very 2021. Oh, I'm down for that.
We're so excited for that. Can I also ask, apart from this coming, what else is coming new for Snow, you know, in 2022 maybe? Is there anything else we can give us a little sneak on?
For sure, I'm touring, you know. I'm so happy that the world is opening back up a little bit,
100%.
you know. Like, I think for artists like myself who are very, like, tour heavy, like, we need that. We miss our fans and, like, like that connection with them. So I think that is automatically going to make me a lot happier, and I'll just be able to, but I just know that a flood of music. I have a lot of cool collaborations with artists from different countries. I think similar to how I'm like emerging and like I'm Mexican American. I think there's a lot of artists in every other country like emerging, and I just think that the quarantine really helped a lot of us like be able to like connect on WhatsApp or email or whatever, and now we can just really collaborate and just show like like our influences, our roots, our heritage, and I think that's awesome.
And I can't wait to see you on stage. Like, I've been following you and on your social media. You have so much energy. Yeah. And like I said, like, I'm really proud to see like a Mexican being a rapper in the Anglo world. I think it's huge. But we're also celebrating Pride Month. Yeah. June is a very special month for us here at Latinx Now. And you have a wonderful love story.
Mention your girlfriend. She's out here right now. We're recording and everything.
She's awesome. You guys are awesome. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Nothing. I mean, just a pretty cool story, like normal, like no sé, normal. Like I was just, I've always been how I am, like the same. I don't really know how to identify. I don't really know like labels or whatever. But I feel like when I met her, like I was going through something really tough at that time, and I think like she gave me that like vibe to just like be way more open and like proud, and like I always had wanted like someone to like love me, like out loud, like, and not be shy about like all that like gay stuff or whatever. And that was it. Like I'm so happy that I found that we're about to be 4 years together, hopefully next year. Speaking of 2022, hopefully we get married next year, and it's gonna be great. I don't know, she's a great,
congratulations.
It is, congrats. And I just want to say, like, maybe a little message to a lot of little girls, little boys, or all the humans right now watching us, because I think especially with our culture, sometimes it was always like looked down upon. So maybe a message for them of how to be proud to be who they truly are with no fear.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was a little bit of what's like instilled in us, and even like a lot of that trauma comes from like our parents maybe not understanding, like their parents not understanding. So I think it was a big step for me specifically because I grew up very traditional, religious, Catholic, like Mexican, So I think it was more like talking to them about it that I was like a little hesitant. So if I can give anyone advice, is like, like you're gonna feel way happier, way better. But obviously everybody's story is different. Some people do get kicked out of their house. Some people do end up in the streets. Like it is a really tough situation. But I always say like, I don't just want to be like a representative and like some sort of like icon for this. Like I really just like want to help. So if like anyone's going through something tough or whatever, like I really reach out and send me a DM or something, and like hopefully
beautiful.
Poquito aliento,
I love that. That's so beautiful. And I was gonna ask you too, because you just said no labels. You just said that you want to inspire a new generation of people, because I think that's the most important thing. Like you said, we have that chip that is completely wrong, and we want to change that. So how are you living as an example for your son also?
I think the no label thing is cool, because it's like people need that in order to be able to know how to treat you, like I'm in LA all the time where it's like, what do you do? How many followers do you have? What do you, and it's just kind of like, even with that or with your sexuality or whatever, like, and I think just understanding human beings, like just being all about like, love and like support and like positivity and like all that, like obviously, it sounds redundant, but
no, it's not.
I feel like teaching that to my son is something, that's all I want. I want to raise like a good man. I don't want to raise a big little boy that got given everything by his mom. So in my mind, I'm just like, let me teach him, it all starts with love, but also, accountability, responsibility, like all these things, like you could be accountable and responsible and all that. It doesn't matter what race, what what sexuality, what anything. You just got to be a good person. So I think just that, it starts with being a good person.
What a good message. I love that.
I love that. I really do. And I think you are doing the right thing, because you're just learning to, I think you're just being yourself, and you're happy being yourself without any fear. Now, my question though about your son, are you teaching him Spanish?
Girl, I actually right now.
Because you teach your son Spanish and your girl now Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. No, that is kind of what's going on right now. It's like she knows a little Spanish, he knows a little Spanish, but there's never been that like effort to like really go in, So this summer, actually, right now he's getting out of school tomorrow, this weekend. And then we're going to Puerto Rico, we're going to Mexico, like we're gonna teach him, because he's Mexican, Puerto Rican, and Dominican. So I'm gonna take him to all three and be like, yo, like let's go out here and learn about your culture and give mommy a little vacation too. So.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Snow, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, for real. Like, we're even more bigger fans of you now because the one thing is your music and what you portray on the social media, but meeting you in person, you have that same energy. So thank you.
Thank you
so
guys.
much, guys. Follow Snow the Product on Instagram and everywhere. Listen to her music. She's awesome. And we'll see you next time here on Latinx Now.
Ciao for now. All right, so now you got to teach me how to rap.
Ey, tú ahí, no te vayas, ¿te gustó el clip?
Entonces suscríbete para seguir riendo y jugando con nosotras.
Aquí la pasamos espectacular y obviamente hablamos de todas las noticias del mundo Latinx y lo más trendy.
Entonces dale click y no te pierdas nada de Latinx Now.
Ahí está, click, suscríbete, like, comment,
La campanita, dale, you got us.